Hey all, and welcome back to Fuzzy Dactic Gaming and my leveling guide for the Lightning Strike Raider. I've played this character all the way through to Blood Aqueducts. I don't know the time, unfortunately, because I've had quite a bit of AFK time, but I think it's around 4.5–5 hours, so it's not quick, but it's not as bad as I thought it would be. And once you get past Act 3 and 4, it actually gets really smooth for leveling. Things to note and to look out for is flat elemental damage on your weapon is basically everything. If you don't have flat ele damage on your weapon, you're not going to do any damage. So what you're looking for is a claw with at least 1.5 attacks per second and some decent ele damage, preferably lightning mixed with either fire or cold. And if you can, flat ele damage on rings and amulet is really going to help when you're leveling. Now, full instructions are in the new path of building, but one thing I would say is due to them buffing Act 1, I would level with bows for the first couple of acts. I'd go caustic arrow and pierce for clear, and then puncture and chance to bleed for single target. Pick up a war banner, drop it on bosses, and I'd even go as far if you get the materials to craft a physical bow because it's going to help you a lot. We don't know how much more difficult Act 1's going to be, and if you're trying to get through quickly, it's not particularly easy anyway, so I would craft a fizz bow if you can. And then I would wait to do the swap to Lightning Strike till maybe even Act 3 once you get a falling. If you feel you're progressing fine with a bow, I would carry on, and then you would add vicious projectiles into both your links when you pick them up. I would not swap to melee until you get a decent claw. The falling that you're looking for once you've got a claw is going to be Ancestral Call, Lightning Strike, Trinity, and added cold damage. Now, leveling is rough. Like any melee build at League Start, the first 3 to 4 acts are really slow and really horrible, but don't be put off by it because suddenly the difference between Act 3 and Act 7, which we'll show in a couple of videos, is night and day. Regarding the tree, I have made some changes because not running Anomalous Lightning Strike made me realise how bad this skill is without Pierce, so we dropped some life nodes, which we don't really need 6k life anyway, and we pick up the Pierce wheel. We do this when we're leveling after we fill out the Claw wheel. Now, when we get to Act 9 is when we want to be close to picking up Tribal Fury. So you'll see from the path of building, we go up to the right hand side and then we start to come across to the left. Now, this isn't exactly ideal because we get picking up a lot of dead nodes, but once we get our gloves with the additional strike, we can drop all of these and then go and fill out some damage. So essentially your bow links for Act 1, 2 and possibly 3 are Caustic Arrow, Pierce, and then vicious projectiles for your clear, and then chance to bleed, vicious projectiles, and then puncture for your single target. Buffs you want to pick up for your Lightning Strike are going to be Herald of Ice and Herald of Thunder in Act 2. When you get the claw nodes and you pick up all your leech, drop Herald of Thunder for anger. You can try and run Blood Rage for quicker attack speed, but it can be a bit tricky because monster density is not massive and you end up using all your life flasks just keeping up with Blood Rage. Also, feel free to pick up ele weakness and use it on bosses. I didn't, and I kind of wish I did because it's really noticeable, as you'll see even in the Blood Aqueducts footage, when a boss or a mob has the resist elemental damage modifier, our damage gets about halved. So as I say, don't worry if you struggle early on. It's what my leveling looked like. It was terrible, and I swapped the claws too early. Don't do this. I swapped before I even had any ele damage on the weapon. I picked up an increased Fizz Claw, went brain dead and thought, oh, that's a good claw, and I'll show you some footage, and it was absolutely terrible. But equally, we'll show you some footage again of what it looks like with a 4-link, pretty much the same gear, but a decent weapon, and it's night and day. So I'll just leave some footage playing. There's a path of building link. Please feel free to ask questions in the comments. I'm also hopefully going to be streaming on Twitch as soon as the league starts. And I'm going to be on for 6 to 7 hours. Hopefully we can do the whole leveling on Twitch as soon as the league starts. So drop by if you've got any questions or if you're stuck on anything. But until then, thank you and see you next time, and good luck with your league start.